So in tonight's one of two uploads, I'm going to be talking about something that I have a pretty big issue with in Cold War. Now, you're not going to hear a lot of rant videos for this game from me. There's probably only maybe one or two others that I do that I can think of, and that has to do with shotguns and a couple of other things that aren't really a big deal, so you may never see them. But in today's video, we're going to be focusing on the MP5 and the reason it should have never been added into this game in the first place. Now, after about a week of this game being out, there has already been a nerf to the MP5, and unintentionally it got reverted in the update today that nerfed, you know, the FFAR and the AUG and the M16, which literally did nothing because they're still being abused, which is great. Yeah, it unintentionally got reverted, and that's been fixed now. Even after its nerf, there was still a decent amount of people using it, but not as much, you know, at those really stupid, ridiculous ranges, but it's still happening nonetheless, just not as often. And I'm seeing it more in close range gunfights than it being used as an assault rifle, which is definitely better. Nerfs do bring something to the game, but with a weapon like the MP5, I don't think we're ever going to see this gun not be meta throughout Call of Duty Cold War's entire life cycle. And the issue I have with that is there's other fun guns in the game, the Bullfrog and the, what is it called, the Bullfrog and the 74U, that's what I was trying to think of, the 74U. Those two SMGs are really fun to use and I like them. The 74U is actually my second most used weapon in the game. The reason that I'm slowly going away from the 74U and even the Bullfrog before it's level 30, the MP5 just outguns and outperforms everything at close range. There's no doubt about it. And we even saw in Modern Warfare's life cycle, no matter how much the gun got nerfed and no matter what those nerfs were, no matter what it got hit with, people still found a way to use it. And sometimes class setups didn't even change. People still kept the Merc full grip, you know, the monolithic suppressor, no stock, stuff like that. The nerfs did enough to the gun, but it's just because the MP5 as a base weapon is just so dominant over everything. It has low recoil, it has high fire rate. Recoil in Call of Duty is not hard to control at all, so even if they increase the recoil on the gun, which they have, it is still very easy to control. It's not an issue, and it being an SMG, people are only going to use it in those close range situations, and that pretty much excludes every other SMG in the game. It just, there's no point using the Bullfrog because it feels like a pea shooter compared to the MP5, but in reality it's not. It's a pretty good SMG. Same goes with the 74U. I've found myself absolutely beaming kids left, right and center with it. When it comes down to putting these weapons direct, you know, head to head with the MP5, they just don't have a chance. And I really thought that Treyarch would have seen, you know, how much the MP5 was a staple in Modern Warfare and how much of an issue it was, really. I thought they would have just, you know, said no to it and brought back maybe an older or other SMG. It's just going to be another situation where no matter how much times this gun gets nerfed and no matter what those nerfs are, it is still going to be dominant. Now, in my personal experience after the nerf, I've just been using it a bit playing today, and I've had a lot of trouble playing with any other SMG. I can, you know, do pretty well with the 74U and the Bullfrog. I'm going to be mentioning those a lot because they're my other favorite SMGs. Every time I use the MP5, I just feel like I can outperform everyone, no matter what. Those close to medium range situations where MP5s or SMGs are the most dominant, pretty much nothing outguns me. The Milano doesn't because that thing's an absolute pea shooter. The KSP literally no one uses, and then the Bullfrog and the 74U are the only two that can somewhat compete with it, but 9 times out of 10 I win against them or lose when I'm using them, and that is the reality of it. What makes this annoying for me as a content creator is that I try all the time, and I have been trying to use different weapons so I can upload different videos. You know, I want to upload a 74U best class setup and Bullfrog gameplay and all these other weapons because as a content creator I like making videos on different things, believe it or not. You know, I don't like milking the same weapons over and over again and just sticking to one thing, because that's not only boring for me, but for you guys as viewers and for new viewers that I want to bring to the channel, they're seeing what everyone else is doing. The MP5 is the main thing that people are uploading. And I haven't seen many videos on the Bullfrog, and I'm trying my absolute best to get gameplay with it, but I just cannot. I can't compete with the MP5s. I cannot. I literally cannot. It's not even my aim. I'm hitting my shots, I'm doing what I need to, but the MP5 statistically, it just outguns everything else, and that is my issue with this weapon. It happened in Modern Warfare, and it's happening in Cold War, and I really think that this is just going to be an issue that we see throughout the entire game's life cycle. I don't feel like the MP5 can have anything done to it other than it being nerfed to the absolute ground, like 6 feet under. You'd have to reduce the fire rate, increase the recoil, lower the damage. Like, you would pretty much have to make the MP5 unusable for the other guns to be usable. That is the situation, and that's how I feel about this. As an SMG player, I don't feel like the MP5 is going to be challenged at all unless a future DLC weapon gets added, maybe like the PPSH, if that would even fit this game, which I think it would, or a Tommy gun that has a very high fire rate. We know the Tommy gun does, the PPSH. Until then, until we see another weapon added that is statistically better than the MP5, it's pretty much going to be this. Now, of course, I will obviously do my best to bring you guys videos on other things, but don't, be too harsh on me if you see another MP5 video very soon, because it is just the easiest, most reliable weapon to use. So that's basically what I wanted to talk about in today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you feel, or how you feel about the MP5 and what you think the future of this game is with it being in the SMG category, because I feel like this is just going to be another Modern Warfare Year 2 where we don't see this thing not be in the limelight, which it sucks. Like I said, I really enjoy using other weapons such as the Bullfrog and the 74U, but this thing just cannot help but outgun everything. The KSP and the Milano are the two most useless SMGs that I've ever used. Like, the Milano cannot outgun almost anything at close range. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll have a video hopefully later on covering the new aim assist settings that was added, because I really want to do a video covering that. It's very exciting, very awesome. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to drop a like, drop a sub if you're brand new to the channel. Turn post notifications on for more Cold War content, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great day, everybody, and I'm out.